From roadside to global sensation, the KFC success story. Few fast food labels elicit as much nostalgia and appetite-inducing joy as Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC. Success, creativity, and perfection propelled Colonel Harland Sanders' Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, from a small roadside restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky, to a worldwide fried chicken empire. As a cultural icon representing both traditional cuisine and culinary innovation, KFC has become famous for its secret mix of 11 herbs and spices that have been satisfying taste buds for decades. In every crunchy mouthful, we find a narrative of love, flavor, and the mysterious founder's illuminating past as we explore the fascinating history of this legendary brand. The motivating history of Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC restaurant. Colonel Sanders' life story is inspiring. He was born in Henryville, Indiana, in 1890. His father died in 1895, and his mother began working at a canning company to supplement her income. Sanders, the oldest, began working at a canning company to supplement her income. Sanders, the oldest kid at the age of 5, was left to care for his 2 siblings, and when he was 7, his mother taught him how to cook. Sanders later left the family home at an early age and attempted a variety of careers, including railroad worker and insurance salesman, with variable success. Sanders then purchased Sanders Court and Cafe, a service station, in 1930 at the age of 40 in Corbin, Kentucky. He began attempting to formulate what would eventually become the KFC secret recipe. Fortunately, he was able to develop a formula with 11 herbs and spices in 1940, 10 years later. The recipe is still in use today. By June, he had transformed storage into a tiny dining area with his own dining table, offering steaks and country ham to visitors. Sanders leased the pure oil filling station on the opposite side of the road in 1934 because it was more visible to cars. He subsequently started selling fried chicken. To sharpen his skills, he enrolled in an 8-week restaurant management course at Cornell University's School of Hotel Administration. Later, Governor Ruby Laffoon bestowed the honorary rank of Kentucky Colonel on him in 1936 when his firm proved profitable. His passion would not allow him to settle for less, so he increased his restaurant's seating capacity to 140 in 1937 and bought the Sanders Court and Cafe across the street in 1940. In his pursuit of excellence, he was unsatisfied with the 35-minute preparation time for his chicken in an iron frying pan and did not want to deep-fry it. Although the procedure was significantly speedier. He said it resulted in dry, crusty chicken that was unevenly cooked. Still, if he cooked the chicken ahead of time for an order, there was sometimes waste at the end of the day. At that time, the first commercial pressure cookers, which were primarily meant for steaming vegetables, hit the market. The entrepreneur saw the opportunity and purchased one, which he converted into a pressure fryer and later used to cook chicken. Sanders believes that the new process maintained the quality of pan-fried chicken while reducing production time to that of deep frying. Later, he developed his original recipe, which included 11 herbs and spices. Although he never published the formula, he acknowledged using salt and pepper and said the items stand on everybody's shelf. Early franchise and success. Sanders Court and Cafe primarily serviced visitors, so when Interstate 75 was scheduled to bypass Corbin in 1955, Sanders sold his buildings and toured the United States to promote his chicken idea to restaurant owners. Independent restaurant operators would pay a franchise fee of 4 cents for each chicken sold, later raised to 5 cents, in return for Sanders' secret blend of herbs and spices, his recipe and procedure, and the ability to promote using his name and image. In 1952, he successfully franchised his chicken recipe to Pete Harmon of South Salt Lake, Utah, who owned one of the city's most well-known restaurants. Furthermore, he spent the next 10 years perfecting the fundamental cooking method and his own mix of 11 herbs and spices. Culinary delights from the Colonel go global with steadfast trust in his fried chicken supremacy. The entrepreneur expanded his chicken franchising enterprise in 1955. 10 years down the line, Sanders had 600 KFC locations throughout the United States and Canada. In 1964, He parted ways with his stake in the American firm, selling it for $2 million to an investment group that included John Y. Brown Jr., who would become governor of Kentucky. The incoming owners sped up Kentucky Fried Chicken's expansion. Following an initial public offering in 1966 and subsequent listing on the NYSE in 1969, PepsiCo Incorporated bought the company in 1986. Tricon Global Restaurants Incorporated was formed in 1997 when quick service restaurants, including KFC, were split from PepsiCo Incorporated. After rebranding as Yum! Brands Incorporated, the restaurant chain, is currently the biggest in the world, with around 32,500 locations in over 100 countries and territories. Even though he died of leukemia in 1980 at the age of 90, the Colonel managed to log 250,000 miles annually, visiting KFC outlets all over the globe. The KFC logo is a great illustration of how a company's values and identity may be visually represented. A logo that represents KFC's history, principles, and dedication to quality is possible since the company has maintained Colonel Sanders' image as a distinctive feature. Finally, the KFC franchise's history, led by the resolute Colonel Harland Sanders, is an illuminating tale of relentless determination, steadfast commitment to excellence, and the revolutionary potential of business ownership. The Kentucky Fried Chicken brand has expanded from its original location in a little roadside cafe in Corbin, Kentucky, to hundreds of franchisees throughout the world. Colonel Sanders' dedication to quality and his secret fried chicken recipe was the cornerstones of KFC's success and continued appeal. The vision and passion of KFC's founder have inspired many entrepreneurs across the globe, and the company itself is a monument to that heritage. Thank you for watching.